What does it take to design, build, launch, and then continually grow a successful podcast hosting, analytics, and marketing software product? That is exactly the reason that I am bringing you today Captivate Insider, taking you behind the scenes of Rebel Base Media's podcast hosting platform. I'm Mark Asquith, I'm CEO and co-founder here at Rebel Base Media, and this, of course, is the Podcast Accelerator, on an episode dedicated to introducing a brand new podcast, a new short-form, once-per-week podcast called Captivate Insider, which is brought to you, of course, by the team at Rebel Base Media, with the intention of spotlighting Captivate.fm, but maybe in a way that you don't quite expect. So welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me as ever. Thank you to my constant listeners. Thank you to everyone that turns up every single time. Thanks to Dan J. Lewis. Thank you to Evo Terra. Thanks to Raf. Thank you to Annette Bone. Thank you to Felicia Jones and to Tim Elliott and all of you guys that just join in every single time. I love the emails that I get. I love the bit of Twitter banter that we have. I love the Instagram interactions that we have. It's just fantastic to see, and I really appreciate you. Now, before we dive into the content and introduce Captivate Insider, just a quick shout out to AWeber, of course. They sponsor the Podcast Accelerator. Now, I'm really picky about the people that I work with. You know that I'm quite specific on the types of people that I'll do business with. So much so that, you know what? It's actually not always easy to find the right partners to work with. But AWeber have been with me from day one when it comes to my email marketing. I've never moved, I've never changed, I've never shifted, because they give me everything that I need to grow my email list through my podcast and to engage with you, the ever-present listener. So if you need to get involved in email marketing, which I think you do as a podcaster, I think you should be doing this. Go ahead and go and try out AWeber for 90 days totally free at markasquith.com/AWeber. Now, like I said, this episode is dedicated to introducing Captivate Insider. Now, Captivate Insider is a bit of a mold of certain things. Now, what we do is at Captivate, every Tuesday we put out some new releases. So what we tend to do is we'll give you some really cool, epic features like the Spotify integrations, the new player branding options that we put out a couple of weeks ago, and also some little things. So little tweaks that you might have mentioned. Cody Boyce may mention something, or Evo might mention something, or James Cridlin might mention something. And, we'll make those changes. We'll let you guys know about it. And what we do, obviously we are a software platform. The guys at Rebel Base Media that I run, we build software. That's what we do. And Captivate is no different. So what we do is we'll update our changelog. So if you go to the help section of Captivate.fm, or you can go to the website, Captivate.fm, scroll to the bottom, you'll see the changelog. Now, every single Tuesday, we update that section with the new features, everything that we've put out and everything that we're going to be releasing that week. But whilst that's great for the geeks amongst us, which I am a geek, I'm a fully confessed geek. That's great. I love a bloody good changelog. I'll not lie to you. But it can be a little boring. It can be a little stale. Or you might just not get time to read it. So we decided to put together this new podcast, Captivate Insider. This is a theme tune for it, actually. Oh, yeah. You'll recognize it from our videos. It's actually the Rebel Base Media video theme tune as well, which is quite nice. So we've put this together. Captivate Insider is myself, it's Kieran McKeefer, the CTO and co-founder of Rebel Base Media. It's Sam, it's Izzy, it's James, it's the rest of the Rebel Base Media team getting together, taking turns, delivering the changelog, giving you the features, the updates that we've released this week, but also we're going to start extending that along. So at the minute, it's a short form show, but we are going to be putting out longer form episodes as well that dig into some of the stuff that we believe in podcasting, some of the things that we enjoy in podcasting, some of the things that we think it's important to talk about in podcasting. Now, originally, I was going to do a show with Jess Kupferman, my great friend Jess, who's out there at She Podcast Live. Jess is really busy with She Podcast. I'm really, really busy with Rebel Base Media and Captivate. It was really hard to kind of sync up schedules and keep on track of everything. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is bringing in some specific guests. I'm going to bringing in some advisors from Captivate, I hope. I'm going to be bringing in some of the team from Captivate, some wider podcast industry guests to talk at length about the industry. And we're going to be bringing in some specific segments as well. We've got some really interesting and pretty cool segments that we're going to be diving into, just to kind of give you some insight into the podcasting industry. So right now, you can subscribe to Captivate Insider in your podcast app of choice. There is the trailer for Captivate Insider, which is included in my feed, published just now, just after this episode of the Podcast Accelerator. So you can get a feel for what Captivate Insider is like, and you can go ahead and subscribe. If you go to the Captivate.fm website, you're going to be able to find that there as well. And do you know what? It's just fun to be able to bring you feature releases and bring you updates and behind the scenes of what it's like to run Captivate and to build Captivate. It's fantastic to be able to do that. So please go and check it out. Let me know what you think. I love you to give me some feedback. If you're a podcaster hosting with Captivate, if you're already using Captivate, go ahead, let me know. If you want to be a guest, I will bring you on the show and we can talk on Captivate Insider, just generally about podcasting, dive deep into something behind the scenes of podcasting. Let's do that. Hit me up. You've got my email address, so please just let me know if you want a guest on that one. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing you hopefully the Captivate Advisory Board, each one of those individually, and maybe even some together to talk about podcasting. We're going to be talking about various other things, digging deep into the industry. And of course, every single week, giving you brand new feature releases, updates, and product roadmap details when it comes to Captivate.fm, the world's only growth-oriented podcast host. So please go and check it out. Thank you so much. This is a bit of an advert show today. I'll probably get hammered for this, but that's all right. You know, it's my prerogative. I'm not a bloody singer, am I? So thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think. Let me know what I can do. Hit me up. You got my details, mark@rebelbasemedia.io. Spam the ass off me if you like. Just go ahead and send me anything that you want, anything that I can help with. Just please, please, please let me know what I can do. I'm always around to help. And thank you for joining me. And until the next time, never forget, the more you expect from yourself, the more you will excel.